Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Land of the Vikings. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. In this episode, we're going to continue with our technologies. I have lots and lots of tech points saved up, and I would also like to work a little bit more on our homeless problem. You can see we got a couple of homeless people running around, and I want to do a little bit more trading stuff. To start things off, let's go ahead and go up into our Tree of Life. Now I have 23 points, and I would like to get to Berserker for 12 points. What I'm hesitant on for Berserker right now is we don't have the materials to create any of those warriors. So I almost feel like it's kind of a waste. So what I'm going to do instead for right now, we're going to go for, not today, increase the death rate upper limit from old age so that people live longer, and that will get that completed over in that branch. And then we have bread production is accelerated by 20%. I'm gonna leave that one. Let's go ahead and we'll grab that one. And then on top of that, 10% more yield is obtained from the fields. So that's pretty darn good. So food looking pretty good over in there. Let's come down here a little bit more. And oh, what do we have? What's this far one? Ship customization. That one might be fun to do. Trade ship customization features unlocked. We have the amount of loot gained from raiding increases, and then warriors training speeds increased by 5%. Let's go for the loot, and then we have 3 more points. Ooh, warehouses provide 10% more space. That's an issue we have right now. We'll get that one unlocked. That's all of our points pretty much. So we'll go back to town here, and I was doing a little bit in between episodes, kind of focusing on the homelessness issue that we have going on a little bit here. So I did put in a couple more homes right in here, and as you can see, we have a couple more coming in on this area as well. So we're working on that home. Look at this, a big neighborhood over in here. Lots of houses over in here. And then on this side of the world, where we're continually working on our good houses, we have most of them up and running now, which is great. But let's go ahead and we'll put in a couple more of these good houses. On this road, I'm kind of doing the A-frame. And so this is kind of the A-frame row over in here. So we'll do a couple more of those. And then on this side, we'll go ahead and we'll plop this guy in. And we'll go ahead and do one more A-frame over in here as well. So I'm running into an issue with our stone. So since we are building lots and lots of houses like this, we need stone for that, right? And the only other place right now where I can find any stone is way over in here. You can see we got one right in there. There's a couple of spots like in this area. This is so far away. We'll get these gathered up. And then the other spot that we could go is right here. So if we go to production and then we go to stone pit, we can build one right here. So I'm gonna lay it in. What I'm not sure about is the travel distance. Like, this is so far away from the rest of the town. If we had workers here all the time working on the stone pit, that's such a long way to bring stone. I'm kind of tempted to start building over in this space, but also at the same time not really, because it's so far away from everything else we have. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about stone. So I'm wondering, I haven't really seen stone as a trade good. Let's check it out. We're talking about it. Let's check it out. So we'll go over in here in our trade dock. I have one ship out right now. Let's go set up the trade ship. We're doing really great on beer nowadays, by the way, so we should be able to do this no problem. And then the one thing we are going to need is food right away for our people. We need 20 of that. So look here, we have buy on the left and sell on the right. We are bringing in the bread and utilizing that as food, so it's not going to get sold. And then what we have over here, I'm always going out with some iron. So I'm going to put a couple iron in there, but this is going against our weight of the ship. You have to consider the weight of the goods that you're trying to sell as well as the weight of the goods that you're trying to buy. So right now, with that iron that we're trying to sell, it put us up to 66 weight. Let's say we want to buy some of these leather jackets here. So they're a weight of 5 each. So we go over in here, and let's just buy a bunch of these. Okay, we can buy 15 of them. We don't have very many. We have 0 of the wintry clothes and 1 high quality right now. So I want to send this ship out to get some of that for us. We did put in another tailor right in here, and it's working out for us. And we also were putting in a bunch of blacksmiths. So those 2 things I feel like I'm kind of behind on. So I do want to add in yet another blacksmith and yet another tailor. We just got to find some good spots for these things. I'm kind of thinking maybe we want to start doing some of this stuff up in this region. Right now it's pretty covered in snow and trees, obviously. We were kind of working the trees. I'm marking trees constantly for gathering so that we can continue to have the wood. But it looks like these guys are growing back already, so we're gonna have to mark them for cutting. And then I think that's what we'll do. We'll work over in here a little bit in this episode. Let's get some more production stuff going. Let's get the blacksmith. Let's get the tailor. And you know, we might even want to consider doing a couple more windmills over in here. All that kind of stuff. So that might be what we do a little bit more here. So here's a tailor. We got the blacksmith queued up. And ooh, firewood would also probably be a good thing. That's another thing that we were kind of slacking on a little bit. So let's look at these 3 buildings queued up. Ooh, bumpy ground over in here. So I guess we got to go over here some more. All right. So we'll get those 3 buildings built up. We have a good amount of wood already. I've been gathering trees pretty much constantly here, marking them. Oh, look at all these frowny faces. What's going on? Let's take a moment and look at our happiness. Feels cold. Okay, we just talked about that. That's our firewood. So we're kind of already in the process of working on that. And then we have hungry, and I don't have a house. Hungry? We have 730 meals. Okay, so I guess we have to work on food a little bit more. Something we could do, of course, is build a couple of fishing boats. So let's get these guys working on some fishing boats. I've also been trying to pay attention to our repairs on our ships. So I think those guys should all be good. We do have a couple more slots over in here to fill in. Let's go ahead and we'll do that. Auto assign those guys. These are all the fishing boats that we've repaired. So those are all good. 4. And then do we have... No, we don't have all 4 in these ones. So it looks like we're about 4 boats short. So we're going to continue to make those boats over in here. Our trade ship has returned to the village, and we'll see what we got. So this was the trade ship that I sent before I started recording. There wasn't much on there, just a bunch of iron trying to get rid of that stuff. So we're looking at the happiness over in here. Patient, negative, interesting. What do we do here? I don't have a house. Well, I'm working on that, right? Okay, we need a couple more poorhouses, it looks like, over in here. So yeah, that's something that we definitely need to provide, obviously. So we're kind of running out of space. Let's mark a couple of these guys. And then once those get chopped up, then we can come back over in here and fill in the this row a little bit further north up there. It looks like we can get about 3 houses in here. That tree's going to be in the way, but for now we'll just leave it like that. And I was also wondering about doing some more fishing stuff up over in here. So we go to our fishing hut. We might be able to do a couple more fishing docks up in here. And I think I would like to, if we can, make it work. Get another shipyard in here. Ooh, yeah, maybe not. Maybe we just want to go for more fishing. Our merchant ship is back. It has traveled many miles and has finally returned home. We have 20 iron sold and 11 wool sold, and we got 5 high quality purchased clothing as well. Great, so that's good. Okay, so back to our fishing. Let's go for, maybe we just go for the one for now. So let's get this road connected here. We'll get that thing built up, and we'll continue to work on our ships. So we'll just keep queuing them up over in here. We're building ships, building fishing boats. We should have 2 more ready to roll. Oh, merchant. Let's check this out. We could be buying the food like we were before, so let's continue that a little bit here. All right, not a whole lot of food on there, but we also have wintry and high quality as well for clothing, and we have tons of gold, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go for some iron tools as well, and let's trade it up. Okay, that's great, and we're looking for some more fishing boats. Construct few. And it looks like that one's got 4, that one's got 4, and then it was these 2 over here that need a couple more. We got this one, that one. Great. Let's assign workers. And then we're looking for 2 more, it looks like. Okay, we can do that. Now we already got it queued up. Okay, so we'll get those 2 more, and then we'll need 4 more in addition to that so that we can do our fishing hut. We have a blizzard in 5 hours. I'm kind of worried about that because we haven't had to do that before. Plus, we kind of have the firewood issue going on. So we'll see, I guess, what happens with this blizzard. I'm noticing a bunch of spots that need to be replenished here. All right, so the blizzard has started. Doesn't look much different than it's a regular old winter day so far. Oh, so I was wondering, so we had the food, right? We have 600 currently, but people are saying that they were hungry. Guess we don't have that currently anymore. But what I was thinking was perhaps we didn't have enough of our marketplace people, and maybe we needed to add a couple more. So we'll find those. Looks like that one's all full up. We just did the one down south there. So let's go check this one as well. And this one looks good. Okay, so I'm not sure if we have enough of those marketplaces. Let's go back down over in here and we'll see if we maybe need to add another one. Looks like all these people are gonna have to come over in here. Yeah, and these guys are at their limit. So let's put in another one. Try and make sure that our people have all of their food and all of the firewood and whatnot that they need. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna put this one up over in here, I think. So we were talking about maybe adding in a couple more houses up over in here once we got the trees cleared, and it looks like we have done that. So let's go ahead, we'll get another house up in there, and then just like over on the other side of the road, we will continue to bring homes up this way. 10 points on our tree of life. Let's go ahead and take a little peek at what we got going on. Oh, what I didn't look at before we went up there though, we have 3 shields and 7 weapon parts. So yeah, that's still a big issue for us. So let's we can't quite go to berserker yet, or I don't think we should. We could, I guess. We have the 10 points. Let's go for the customized Drakkar, because that's going to open up a whole nother residence branch here. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Looks like we need 2 more points to get the mission dispatch slot increased by 1, and then that is going to open up a couple more up in this area as well. Our tree is getting pretty full here. We have the 12 berserker points, of course, that we need for that. But it looks like there's 1 node after that. We got 1 more here. This one is pretty much all done except for clothes that produce 5% faster. Hey, that'll be a good one to get. Oh, marketeer these are both good. We needed a couple more points for that, of course. But then I think if we get logs and stones are harvested, that's going to get to this one, and then we can start working our way down over in here. This is really hard to see. I didn't even realize that I could zoom in this far in the tree. This looks like a rock with 2 up arrows. So I'm wondering if that's rock collection specifically, and then this looks like dressed stone, logs here, and then stone again. So I'm not certain, but I think that's just going to be focused on the stone and the wood gathering. Fishing hut is good to go, and then we'll come back over in here, and we will get another fishing boat constructed. So we need a couple more. All right, and then we should be able to assign some more of these guys. There we go. So that is all good. Okay, so for food, we're looking all right. We're at 687 currently. So with a couple more fish guys going out, I think we'll be looking quite well. And then grain, we're at 1210. So I think we should do a couple more windmills up over in here. And we were kind of working on the tailor and a blacksmith over in here, as well as some more of the firewood. We'll say Ken join for those guys, and then let's go back over in here at windmill. Maybe we need to wait a little bit longer until we clear out some of this tree action. But this one might work right in there. We'll go like that, and we'll kind of preemptively get a road going there. We do have wood and log storage right in here, so we could go ahead and put in a couple of these other storage facilities right in here, the wheat and the barley granaries. Maybe we'll put the wheat one up over in here. Well, that almost works for us. Oh, that'll work great right there. So we'll put the wheat one right there, close proximity to the windmill there. Okay, that'll be good. And then we might as well, I was gonna say maybe do another brewery, but I think we have the breweries figured out pretty good for now. I am gonna slap down another blacksmith though. I feel like we're getting to the point where we might have an excessive amount of these things, but we need the shields. We need these weapon parts and stuff going on a little bit more. Clothing? Sure, we got that figured out, it looks like. Well, heavy armor and light armor, I should say, not clothing. The armor's figured out. But as far as the other parts of what we're needing for warriors, not quite there. The villagers aren't happy that people are on the verge of revolt. If it goes on like this, the villagers will leave the village one by one. That's because we fell below 50%, I betcha. Yeah, and then we have people who are hungry again. So, I'm wondering, let's see, what we got over here. Warehouse workers, let's crank this up. Builders, oh, we're really slacking on our builders. We are trying to keep these up to 100. And it looks like I fell behind on that one a little bit. So we'll get that buffed back up to 100, and then let's see what else we can do. So we have marketers at a maximum at 16, and everything else. Wow, farmers fell really far back too. Let's go to 75 on this. We're getting a little bit low on our labor count, so I'm just trying to keep that in mind a little bit. Okay, we'll do like that. And we have 6 points already in our tree of life again. So let's go back up in here. Let's go for logs and stones are harvested 5% faster. timber production is faster, and then dressed stone production is faster, so I was correct on the dressed stone one on that one. But let's go for the marketer can move 10% faster, and then clothes are produced a little bit faster. I don't see a whole lot of people running around who don't have homes. I see a lot of sad people, though. No firewood, no firewood. Okay. Well, that's partly because I haven't done this in a while, I guess. We have 0 of both of our wood products. So let's go ahead and mark a bunch of these guys. And we are definitely going to have to put in a couple more of those firewood producers. It is obviously a big issue with everybody being cold all the time. And all of those exclamation points over the houses, those are going to be people who are freezing their butts off in the middle of winter here. Won't firewood, no firewood, or coal. What about our coal mine? We had one way over in here, which we haven't looked at in a while. Let's get this figured out quick. Oh, while we're here, let's look at production. I'm gonna up priority on shields here, and then we'll leave it like that. Okay, that'll look all right. And we are going to check out our mine over in here. What does this say? Storage is full. Okay, well, we might need a little warehouse action-y over here. Let's get this guy maybe. Very bumpy ground all over in here. Lots of bumpy ground. Let's put this guy right in here. He'll be all right there. Okay. And we have a merchant ship, it looks like. Let's view the offer. White meat we'll grab. Fish, fruits, bread, leather. I don't want to grab leather. But let's get some high quality clothing. Okay, we'll do like that. Okay, we're all the way back up to 70 now on our happiness. Had fun at the tavern. You know, we haven't built a tavern in a while. Let's go ahead and we'll do that over in here also. We have our market coming in. Let's go for a tavern right there. That'll be good. And yeah, like we mentioned before, let's go production. Let's go for woodshed. I feel like we built a bunch of these very recently, but obviously it's just not quite cutting it. And we'll get one more woodshed put in. We'll put it right here by our little windmill. We'll tuck it in right there. Looks like our tailor is good to go. Auto assign replace production. I don't even think I've looked at the production on the tailor yet. So let's prioritize the high quality clothing in this little area here. Looks like it's just wool and leather. We have all that stuff. So let's do it. And then let's deprioritize light armor and heavy armor. We have a lot of that stuff. So that obviously is the priority over our clothing. So I'm glad that we saw that. Get that tailored working like that, and then let's get back over in here and let's do a similar thing down over in here with our tailor that we had. I think it's this guy right here. Yep. So let's not do this, and then we will leave these as they are. Fabric will drop by 1, but we'll go like that. Great. So that's pretty good. 882 we have for total meals. That's pretty good. We should have our farms being planted. Yep, looks like they have. And that's looking awesome. Already at 8 points at our Tree of Life. That's going very, very well. Let's throw in a couple more poorhouses since we're here. It looks like we got our stone figured out pretty well because we went over on the other side there and we found a couple of stones that were just hanging out. So that's looking up. Okay, now up to 9 points. Let's go back to the Tree of Life. Already almost 10 points. That's flying. Okay, so let's see. We were looking at the training speed. That guy, what's over here? Let's do 2, and then we have other Norse faction invited for raids are increased by 1. Drakar's speed is increased by 5%. Let's do the Norse raids one. Attack on Sunday. Raids are now more effective for 6 points. Let's wait for that one more point, and then we'll get that one. And then we will launch a raid, and that might be the end of the episode. We'll see. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Overloaded on wool. So I do know that we can help out our storage areas, our storage facilities, with some of those these guys, the decorations, the boxes. So maybe we need to do that a little bit more. This game appears to be forcing me a little bit in the decoration aspect, which is something that I tend to ignore. If you watch me a little bit, you know that I like the idea, but I'm just not very good at making it look pretty. So it seems like it's kind of forcing me to use these, which I like and dislike, I guess. All right, so that'll help a little bit. Increase that storage capacity. All right, so there's our 6 points in our Tree of Life. Let's go ahead and get our raids are more effective. And then we have successful raids grant 10% more happiness. Hey, that's a pretty good one to get. Okay, so we're doing great on beer, 640 beer. We had that working out for us quite well. In fact, maybe let's come up here and we'll do some training and then we will initiate a raid. So in the last episode, we got to shield maidens, which are pretty cool. But we also have heavy infantry now, but the shield maidens give us 0.4 more war points. So we are absolutely going to do some more war maidens here. So let's go. We have 4 shields. We have a labor. We'll put that in there. Well, it looks like I had enough shields for 4, but not enough weapon parts. So we have 3. In 4 days, we'll have 3 more shield maidens ready to roll for us. And then we can initiate another raid. Or, you know what, we can just go ahead and get that raid started right now. Because once those shield maidens are ready to go, then they will be able to defend the town for us. So I like this one as a target. So 34.6 war points with a wealth of good. Let's see what we can do here. Select our car, do our crew. Okay, it looks like I don't quite have enough warriors anymore. So we're gonna need to train 4 more warriors in order to have a full ship, and I want to go for a full ship. So we have 3 right now being trained as our shield maidens, and then that's going to leave us with 1 more space, of course. So if we come back up over in here, I don't know if we can add on. Yeah, we have to wait until these are completed. So we can wait for the couple of days. That's not that big of a deal. Let's go back to our tree. We have the 2 more points, and then let's go for successful raids grant more happiness. We'll do that one. Okay, and yeah, we have the 1 big one over in here, ship customization for 10, and then berserker for 12, and then we have a bunch of little piddly things around town. So we've done quite a lot in this game. It's kind of been fun to grow this huge village together. Taken a long time because I've been doing very slow videos, but it's coming along quite well, I think. Let's just go ahead and we will assign a couple people here. Let's do our same production thing. Let's go for weapon parts on that one. Our shield maidens are done training and we are going to visit the French big village of Mortagne. They have 34.6 war points, a wealth of good. We're looking at 17.2 right now. So what I want to do is let's go for the raid, and I want to invite some of our buddies with us. So power to provide 17. Let's see what we can do here. So 17, and then we're gonna be at 34. Let's kind of like really let's overpower them here pretty good. Let's see. So if we go like that, we're looking pretty good. That's only 33% loot share, but there's 3 of us. It's gonna look pretty good. Let's go send it to raid. So we have to wait, of course, for a time for that to come back. But I wanted to highlight something before we go here. So the wood sheds, you know, I was building a bunch of them. We didn't have a lot of firewood. We're having cold and all this other stuff. Well, I had the set limit set to 60. So they just plain old weren't gonna produce enough firewood no matter how many wood sheds I made, because the limit was 60. I bumped it up to 500 to see if it works any better. And then, while I was waiting for our warriors to get trained, I have filled in the tree quite a bit over in here. We have all the way down over in here to the amount of loot gain rating increases and happiness increases on a successful raid. All the way up over in here, we have stones and stone pits are mined 30% faster. More wood is collected when trees are cut down. Timber production is faster. Logs and stones are faster. And then dressed stone is 10% faster. We can grab that. Let's go ahead and do it. So this little branch right here, holy cow, that's incredibly valuable. And with that, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Land of the Vikings. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night, and I'll talk to you again soon.